Hello there, ladies and gents. It's time for a little bit more Star Wars, I'd say. And again, this episode is brought to you with the musics of Kevin MacLeod on SoundCloud as Kevin-9-1. His music is under Creative Commons free licensing. So please do check him out. He's an awesome dude. What's this thing?
We conclude this report by addressing the alleged sightings of an unidentified alien vessel on the remote planet Ilum. Images of this starship, disseminated by untrustworthy sources, are pure fabrications. There is no truth and no cause for alarm in such baseless rumors.
Looks like a Gree ship to me.
Greetings, honored biped. The Enclave advances orange parallel to you with this unidirectional transmission message. Jubilation progresses throughout the Enclave. Grey Secant, an ancient starship crafted by revered Gree ancestors, has reappeared from its multi-millennial task of exploration. Grey Secant has chosen the world you call Ilum for its next site of analysis. The intricacies of your culture's warfare dominate its interest. The Enclave deems you essential for analysis by Grey Secant. Join us on Ilum. Demonstrate combativeness for Grey Secant, and Gree technologies will be given in return.
Oh man, I've missed the Gree! Shit! Okay, so I guess I'll quickly talk about the Gree themselves. You see, on the Republic side, you encounter the Gree a lot earlier and you learn about them properly. Essentially, they're sort of like an alien race that speaks its own language based on, like, colors in their relation to, like, colors and shapes in relation to emotion and meaning. So when he's like, extend orange parallel, it's like warm greetings. If that makes sense to you at all. I mean, in a way, I suppose it is kind of intuitive. Black bisectors, like someone, is how you would describe a potentially violent problem solver. So you do a bunch of missions. You do a bunch of missions for the Gree, in the capacity of their black bisector. You go about solving problems. Oh my god, the Meatball Parade! I kind of want to pause that music because it's really at odds with what we're about to go do. There goes my brain. Shit. Let's just next song. Okay, great. Alright, moving on. Anyway. Yeah, the Gree are like, although they're forced to use this language based on colours and shapes, it's only because they're super duper advanced. And I mean, they have protocol droids as well, but they've all been programmed by the Gree, so they all still follow the exact same standard of speech as the Gree themselves. Like, those robots, it's like, the Gree greet you! He's not actually Gree himself, although they sort of speak in such a manner as you would think that. They are super duper hyper advanced technology. It's like, if you look at Star Wars as like tech level 4, then tech level 5, like tech level 4 is, spaceships and space travel and energy weapons and that kind of shit. Tech level 5 is like nanomachines and gravity control and that kind of shit. The Gree are definitely what you would consider to be tech level 5. Like, they're the cream of the crop as far as technology in this universe is concerned. They've been around for a lot longer than any of us, and they've been doing space for, as you saw, multi-millennial. That was just a science explorer vessel. They're like, one of our fucking awesome scout spaceships turned up after a few millennia. So you obviously realize, yeah, these guys are old, and they are smart, and they've been doing technology for a real long time. So, of course, getting off with Gree technology is an awesome thing. I would show off some Gree stuff, but I don't have any, like, there are reputation missions for the Gree, but I haven't done any of them, so I can't really show off any of their stuff anyway. But it's all pretty darn cool. Let's see here, where you at, Voss? Voss! Okay. Now, Voss is an entirely different story. So if the Gree are the super technos that are all about robots and stuff, the Voss are like, if you gave space technology to a bunch of shamans. Like, the Voss are all force-sensitive, mystical people who just give a shit about, like, it's like mixing ancient Japan with a bunch of crazy shamans. That's the best way to put the whole darn thing. So in a way that makes ish sense. Exit my ship to Voss. Okay. Also, they super don't trust outsiders, and the Republic and the Imperials are sort of vouching for the attentions of the Voss because they would make a valuable ally. You know, it's a planet of force-sensitive aliens with rich resources and, like, very temperate climate. You know, the kind of stuff that people would love the shit out of living on. It's all ancient ruins and the history of the Force, and the Jedi and the Sith are super interested in as an attachment. So too are the Imperials and the Republic. On some classes, you turn up in there and you're supposed to try and, you know, help their pressure with getting the Voss to follow them. Indeed, there are Imperials who are like, you know, the Voss should fucking love us by this point. And in some cases they do. There are some Voss who are super into the Imperials because, at the very least, we do a bunch of nasty things, but we're super honest, and the Republic is a surprisingly martial group of people and very dictatorship-like. They don't really explore much of that in the game. You sort of pick up the hints of it. Of course, it's not to say the Imperial isn't a dictatorship. I mean, they're a bunch of racist fuckheads. That's just a fact. But now at least you can see vaguely where we're coming from. The Voss sees people as like, oh, well, they've got this weird democracy that for some reason is still only being controlled by one man. And then you got the Empire, and they're all like, well, pretty much we want everyone to use the Force, emotions are great, we follow lots of these special rules, and all of this shit here, enjoy, this is our culture. So some of the Voss are angling more towards them, although a lot of the other ones are like, well, the Republic told us that you're all evil, and we understand the concept of good and evil. Don't ask me how they understand it, because they're all weird. Like, you'll get the impression that they don't understand.
Ambassador Yoran deeply regrets that he was unable to greet you personally. I've been instructed to emphasize the delicate situation you're walking into before you head for the surface. The Ambassador is concerned that your business could jeopardize the Empire's interests on Voss.
Whatever problems you've got here, I'm sure I can take care of them for the right price.
You don't understand. Every single thing we do here is scrutinized and used as leverage in negotiations. The Voss are stubbornly isolationist and abundantly aware of their own value to the Republic and the Empire. It is vital that the Empire fosters goodwill. You must remain on your best behavior.
And just what is the planet's value, while we're on the subject?
Well, its location and some unique resources, but our lords seem particularly interested in its people and their connection to the Force. The Voss abhor discord and don't tolerate violence within their territory. You'll mix peacefully with the enemy here. The Voss revere their mystics. Deal carefully with them, or preferably not at all. Also, outsiders are barred from Voskar proper.
Pretend like I've never been here before.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mystics are the spiritual leaders of the Voss. Healers and prophets. The Voss follow their visions without question. Outsiders aren't restricted from traveling the planet, but access to the Voss's home is restricted to the alien enclave. I will let Ambassador Yoran know to expect you. Head to his office once you've landed. Have a safe visit.
Like he like takes the cautious step back before he walks away. But there you go. I guess me trying to explain all that stuff was essentially useless anyway, or maybe it worked as a good primer for what that guy had to say afterwards. I do think Voss is one of the more interesting situations in the galaxy, just because it's sort of one of those uncracked resources right now, which you see firsthand how the Republic and Empire are both equally willing to fight dirty in order to try and claim this delicious chunk of planet. I would do some planet quests here, but although some of them follow the interesting storyline, a lot of them are, well, they'll be very impressed with you if you killed some of these guys. And also, again, we really don't need to. Usually if you were on Voss, you'd be at like level 47 or so, I think. I'm like way ahead again. Well, I'm not way ahead anymore, I'm finally like getting close. I finished leveling up to 49 after the last episode by doing some PvP and such, because it's fun, but I imagine no one wants to really watch me fuck around in PvP for a while. Also, there's like one of the zones.
The stars. The less time you spend mixing with the locals, the better. I trust my aide was quite explicit in informing you of the need for discretion here.
I'm aware of your concerns, Ambassador.
You haven't heard half of my concerns, Bounty Hunter, but this business with you is at the top of the list. That said, I look forward to being rid of General Redbush. That woman will be the death of me, if you aren't.
Enough with the doom and gloom. I'm not here to listen to you whine.
plotting the General's undoing will put me in a better mood. The Empire has lost a number of newly conquered worlds due to her interference, and we may well lose this one unless she's removed. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take the roundabout course, push her into the open.
The caliber of targets I deal with usually takes some groundwork to get to.
Good. Then I've got an idea where you can start. Imperial intelligence suspects that she's behind the guerrilla attacks on our forces here, but we can't prove it. I believe your best course of action would be to root out General Redrish's officers in the field and gather evidence of her involvement.
My job is to deal with General Redrish, not clean up after her.
Fine, here. I spend enough of my hours haggling without having to do it with you. I'm afraid casualty reports are all we have to go on. You'll have to search around the ambush points for signs of the enemy. Take this holo recorder. If you make any discoveries, transmit the evidence to my frequency.
If you insist, but I'll want copies for my scrapbook.
For my own sanity, I'm going to pretend you're taking this seriously.
Yay! Fucking scrapbooking. Still popular, even in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so. And now you can see what we have to deal with here. This is the Imperial Zone. And then there's another attachment of the Imperial Zone in the center of it, and then there's the Republic off to the side. Don't go near the Republic! Just gonna put it out there. Terrible fucking idea. That's where the Republic are. And they don't like me, because I'm not one of them. And because I've killed a bunch of them.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business.
I'm glad that they are.
Safe and pleasant stay.
Whee! Okay. How are my guys doing? Doing all your business? Doing all the business. We're finally at the point now where I don't have to check up on my crew management every, 5 bloody minutes, because they're, 15 to 20 minutes a pop at the moment. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I believe slicing only needed to be 275 to be effective in this area, so that's good. Treasure hunting I'm behind on, but, fuck it, whatever. Too much effort to stay on top of. I'm progressing too fast anyway. Alright, we're only 11 levels away from the cap now, so I will pop an experience boost when we hit the ground, and I imagine that we'll still have a bunch left over by the time we finish hitting level 60, which is a shame because they're bound and I would love to have them for another character starting out, but whatever. And also they sell for a relatively decent amount on the GTN. God, this is quite the flight. It looks like a very cramped shuttle, all things considered. That's not a big space if there's just engines right there. Or maybe not. I guess I didn't really look at that in comparison to how big I was. I guess it was comfortable enough. Okay. Oh, yep. Can't forget. Alright, now we've got the boost. Rock and roll. You have to be careful. There's a couple of places that are like dead drops that you have to go around or over bridges because you just can't fucking get out of them again otherwise, or you get stuck, or you just fall and instantly die, which also sucks and it's a pain in the ass. Alright, we've got Nexu cats, which are fine. Lots of Nexu cats. The lower flame wood. But yeah, and you see this place is really goddamn pretty. And in the background is just a planet with a ring on it. Which is kind of awesome. Imagine being able to look up and be like, holy shit guys, look, there's Saturn. And it's just taking up a large portion of the sky itself. I mean, that is pretty cool. It's awesome, in fact. That's the kind of thing that made people just get lost in staring at space all the time. You would have no trouble finding interested astronomers if your skyline was a fucking planet. I mean, shit, I would definitely still be doing science if I could look up at the sky and see that. It's an impressive sight. It makes me think there is a modelling program that ex-Thomas used for planning out planets and how their climates would work, and it literally is build your own planet. How close is it to the sun? Is it between two suns? Is it an elliptical orbit? You can really mix together all of that stuff pretty adeptly. It was really quite cool to see.
I am at your
I would like to see what some of these planets look like if you copied the model, but I have no way of knowing for sure. Okay. Data. Alright, there's another one of these bastards. There we go, not so hard. No map data on an elite, that's kind of a pain in the arse. That one group in the elite should have been enough to just ace the place. Wait, what? The slicing error has to be 295? Shit, I'm 6 off. That's a shame. Oh. Ooh, lag spike. There's another one. And the last one. Voss striking the Republic. I'll take a look at that in a sec. I'm glad to hear it. Defeats 50 Republic soldiers on Voss. Okay. Seriously, I'm not getting all the map data I need yet. That's some dicketry right there. Hooray! Infiltrate Republic base. Okay. Torian, let's get you working on another lockbox. And you work on no lockbox. Okay. Where am I even fucking going? Okay, up a bit. And you do some diplomacy. Pick up something or other. I hope that the sounds of construction aren't too loud. They seemed like they're quieter today, so I don't know. Maybe it'll keep up and maybe it won't. Can't honestly say for sure. Ooh, 291. I'm just 4 off. We'll go around those guys. Don't want to mess with them right now. More lockboxes, thank you. Scan Imperial supplies, huh? Alright, time for you to do your thing. Send our best regards to Maker. Body count rising, for sure. Where are these Imperial supply boxes then? No? Not around here then. Easy peasy. Still no Imperial supplies that I can see. Where are these Imperial supplies that are stolen? I can't see any. They're not disguised as mushrooms, that's for sure. Let's just try and go around that. No, never mind. How's that, Pyro Specialist? Do you like the fire? Where are the supplies? Wow, exactly in the middle of nobody. Awesome. Chief Gunner. Don't want to mess with him specifically. You're already dead. Just lie down. Okay. You, buddy. You better get in your fucked sandwich. I hate grav rounds. I'm more concerned with grav rounds after PvPing because they're freaking brutal in them, and that's what commandos are using the rep side. Okay. Alright, let's do this thing. Okay. Okay. Assassinate! Easy peasy. Assassinate squeezy. Okay, here we go. Imperial supplies. Okay. Any more supplies over here? Maybe in here? Interesting little boxes we got here. Little base camp. Ah, here's another one. Okay. Any more hidden around here? Any boxes? No? Maybe? Yes? I don't fucking know. It's probably a pyro specialist chilling out with this dude. There he is. Ah, shit, two of them. Okay. There we are. That wasn't too bad, right? More Imperial supplies to scan. There's Colonel Duilio. I'll just not talk to him. Nah. We'll cancel that chat so we can do this. That's totally a cheater thing to do, but I don't want the bonus to get cancelled by finishing this conversation. Glad to hear it. You should fetch me more of them. And you should fetch me more of them. Good.
Perimeter, report. Perimeter. Whose charge is Prime Sergeant?
Perimeter's on radio silence. Permanently.
Tars, that was fast. No time. Hit her with everything we've got.
Well, it's not going to be much, eh?
Barrage protocol activated.
Okay. Republic Hollow Terminal. Cursory sabotage. Terminal appears to be repairable.
Compound here to widen this hole by another kilometer.
Yeah, appears that the detonite was never intended to act as a trap, only to ensure that the equipment would be obliterated. If the charge is placed, only a small number appear to be wired and are easily disconnected. After replacing some cables and restoring power, the hollow terminal flickers to life.
Compromised. Full retreat. Operation Cleveland underway. Final transmission. Carrier 1 out. Carrier 1 to Peregrine. The garrison at Fort Cadenta appears to be sending out patrols of Imperial troops. Flights recalled and circling. What's the situation, General? Please advise.
Peregrine. Has to be General Redrish.
Harrier 1, expect more. Yoren's convinced the Voss to allow Imperial troops to bolster Vosk's defenses against the Gormak. Monitor their patrols. If they stray too far, show the Voss how ill-prepared Imperials are for Gormak attacks. Peregrine out.
I've got something for you. Transmitting now.
Now, what have we here? Oh, this is better than I could have hoped. I might even convince the Voss to hand her over for trial with this.
Pull that off and I might kiss you.
Let's try to not get carried away. I'll handle this from here. Return to my office and lay low until I return.
I wonder what's going to go wrong next. Yeah. Oh yeah, what am I doing here? I need to put on my bitchin' shades. That's as close as you're going to get the bitchin' shades. Okay, back to Republic Officer de Imperial District. That was it. Look at where I landed his corpse. That is perfect. That is so perfect. Didn't even notice that. Oh, good times. Good times. Ugh. If it's return to the office and wait for him, I imagine that it's actually going to be like people there waiting to gank me instead. I mean, I'm ready for it, so I'm not worried, but oh well. Personal holocom propaganda.
Hunter, have you returned? Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, stop. I need you here immediately.
I can move as soon as you give me a destination.
I'm at the assembly hall on recess from our hearing. The Voss have agreed to hear the accusations I've made against General Redrish, but they've also agreed to her request to face her accuser. She named you specifically to be called to account and submit to questioning.
I've got nothing to hide.
She'll likely make a spectacle of you, but we don't have much choice.
I'm not worried.
This is the assembly hall's location. Hurry. I don't want the Voss to think we're stalling.
Fair enough. Okay, if you're the betting sort of person, how do you think this is going to go down? I turn up to the audience chamber, probably going to get called a liar. Maybe they'll be like, I challenge you to a duel to the death, and the Voss will be like, we've got some bullshit shaman thing that's like, well, I mean, if she kills you in this duel, then, you know, she's actually innocent, even though we have all the proof that she's not innocent, so, you know, that sucks to be you. And they'll be like, blast, how come we didn't expect this? And I'll be like, I expected this fucking immediately, but, you know, whatever. At least that's my bet. Maybe I'll get a reward and a bag of gold and a handjob. I don't know. I don't know how it's meant to actually go down, but I know how it's almost most likely to go down, let's say. Yeah, you haven't actually seen the Voss yet themselves, because we've only talked to an Imperial. You'll get your chance to see the Voss being Voss-like. I'm not going to actually stop and talk to one, because it would be more impressive to see them in a cinematic. So if I keep moving quickly, you won't be able to like pick out details about them. You know, if you've never seen the Voss before. Maybe you have. I don't care. I really don't care. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's have a gander. Go on then. How screwed are we and how not screwed are we?
I apologize that the Empire has decided to waste your time today.
You won't smooth things over with a smile this time. The evidence of your guilt is as plain as day.
Your holo recordings? I was really expecting you to have fabricated something a little more tangible, Ambassador. And your only witness is a known terrorist.
Never been convicted, but I'm not the one on trial here.
No, you're not. But your character is. You're a Mandalorian. Your people have made unprovoked acts of war against the Republic and conducted genocides against entire species. Do you deny it?
Only if you deny your Jedi nearly wiped the Mandalorians out before they turned on you.
I'm not here to debate history with you. Tell us, how do you acquire this evidence of yours?
Your subordinates provided everything I needed.
That's preposterous. I won't stand here and listen to the Empire slander me. The Empire expects you to take the word of a hired killer instead of a respected official who's proven her commitment to the Voss people time and again. You will remember it is I who agreed to make the pilgrimage to the Shrine of Healing to show my solidarity with the Voss.
An idle promise. My associate can just as easily agree to make this pilgrimage.
Then take the trials, outsiders. That will reveal true character. We have concluded.
You have shown us much. Safe journeys.
Son of a bitch. Fuck you, Ambassador. Now I have to do a pilgrimage or some shit?
Cagey, diplomatic, almost charming. Not what I expected from a mass murderer. Did you really do all those terrible things?
Those charges were greatly exaggerated.
I believe you, for what it's worth. You're as smart as you appear. You'll call it quits. I've spent months preparing for the trials. They'll kill you. Ambassador?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to stop me one bit.
They have to retain you for the diplomatic service. Expect a healthy bonus. I'll be taking it out of my incompetent subordinate's pay.
Woohoo!
As a trials business, I had to show the Voss we're willing to do anything the Republic will do. You understand?
Have you thought this through, or are you just blowing hot air?
These trials are obviously deadly. If General Redrish were not to return from her pilgrimage, it would hardly be unexpected.
I'd rather kick back and wait for her to get herself killed.
No, no, no. If General Redrish is willing to take the trials, she must know how to pass them. Completing the trials would make her revered by the Voss. She can't be allowed to succeed. Fadith Kai is an influential figure at the Pilgrim Camp and is not hostile to us. See if he has any insight on getting you into this Shrine of Healing.
Sounds easy to me. There you go, that's Redrish. She was nice enough to me, but then again, she's a diplomat and an ambassador and a general, so let's fucking face it, she was just blowing hot smoke up my ass. Okay, so where's our actual target on this planet? All the way up there. Oh, goody, goody, goody. Maybe we should listen to the meatball parade again. There you go, that's the Voss. They've got strange, harmonious bug person voices and fractal eyes. Kind of remind me of honeycombs. They're okay enough. Ooh, they got anything interesting over here? think I've already got mods for yep, beyond my level.
Take a look at the stock.
I don't give a shit about any of that stuff either. No, you don't. You don't appreciate shit, son. Speeders, stims. Oh, any of those speeders nice? Nope, they're boring. Stims I don't need. Armor. Weapon. Maybe? Are those normal mods? Yeah, they're greens. Gee, look at that.
You see anything you like?
Probably
Just
not.
let me know.
No.
Come back anytime.
What style is your armor, buddy? Wow, that is a dorky helmet. You are not going to be a popular man with that shit. Okay, so that was a waste of time. Oh wait, specialty goods. I love specialty goods.
I've got good suppliers.
Son of a bitch, it's just the same chunk.
Myself, I think you'll be quite pleased.
That's so annoying. Okay. Oop.
Charged.
Well done. Please select an available travel route.
Alright. Onwards we go. The face of the ship kind of reminds me of the face of a duck, doesn't it? Like the eyes and a little beak underneath. Right. I've noticed that a lot of the style of like ships in Star Wars are all really hard, sharp angles. Like even the stuff that's meant to be round is made up of some, like, it's made up of like hexagonal grills and all sorts of shit like that, you know. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any real smooth shapes to it. The reality is, like, when we have like roaming spaceships and shit, they're probably going to be very, like, they're going to be oval or they'll be soft shapes because all these hard edges are just more space for like atoms and shit to bounce off of you when you're moving incredibly fast and do some damage, you know. Everyone will be flying. It's the reason rockets are shaped like rockets and are generally quite smooth. Or we're going to be flying around in space dildos, if anything. I mean, sure, maybe there'll be the odd one with, like, extendable planed wings and stuff like this. I don't know. It might work. The odd thing about this design here is that it shouldn't work on land at all. Like, even a little bit. Because it's just not how fucking physics works. But it's the kind of thing you would see in space. Because in space you don't have gravity, so, you know, there's no atmosphere, you don't have to give a shit about drag on anything, so you can be pretty weirdly shaped. But oh well. And we arrive. Quelle surprise. Okay, now where? Pilgrim Retreat. Up we go. Another of the planets where there's going to be a lot of travel. There's the SWTOR, they're like sort of turtle beasts. Turtle lobsters, I guess? I don't know. I find it interesting that these guys have SWTOR and Uxie Beast and stuff when you find those on other planets. I guess that's something that never got mentioned. Like, you can find Nexu on so many other planets, so why is this isolationist planet also featuring the exact same species of herd animals and hunting animals that we would find on all sorts of other ones? Like, there shouldn't be... I guess there shouldn't be so many... sorry, so few varieties. I'm sure I've seen SWTOR on other planets as well. And sometimes they have different colours, and that's like the only change. In the case of these Uxie Beasts, they're always this colour, and it's not like these guys accept the Republic or the Empire, so we didn't just magically bring them a bunch of relatively usable herd animals. They were like, you know, they're already here. They're roaming, as you can see. Oh well. Okay, so when we get into see the mystics, they'll be like, you stand in a place of goodness and justness, and I could probably make a bunch of dark side options to fuck with people, and I'll probably end up doing that 'cause it's entertaining. I'm never making it to dark side 4 before I hit max level, it's just impossible. I've done too many good things. Too many good things. Okay, the Shrine of Healing. It's very pretty, very stylish. Oh, yeah, this is the bitch I need to speak to. Okay, great. What's up, buddy? Shannon.
My master saw you were coming. He waits in the cloister of meditation.
Who do I have to thank for the warm welcome?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, the server's shutting down for maintenance in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'll see him.
Cloister of meditation is near, but secluded. Follow the silence.
Okay, sure, whatever. Weirdo. They're so rude as well. Look, you will do this, but then again, they are an entire planet that's been raised to never question their mystics. Like, the mystic says a thing, that's law, that's fact, that's just the life, that's the world. So, to me, who's like, the mystic will, you'll see the mystic over here, and I'm like, I have the text options of like, is that a fucking fact? To them, that would be unimaginably, I'd be like Judas. Even questioning something, especially if I were questioning something that basic. It just would come across as being a dick for no reason. I'm usually a dick for some reason. The fuck is that thing? Very glowy. Yeah, I've been around... God, look how many different little hallways there are. So many red gates for different classes. I mean, which one's there? Imperial Agent is over there. I imagine the Republic's entrances are all over there. Oh no, that's the Inquisitor. Never mind. I guess they're all spread out. Okay. So we're going to speak to the mystics, and hopefully they'll play ball, because it's been a while since we've shot someone. I imagine that we're probably just going to get in a fight instead, let's face it. Be like, I have foreseen your failures, maybe, and you'll have to, you must die, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I'm so fighting this guy, look at him. He's a 45, he's silver.
And outsiders.
People only grow by facing challenges.
The wise don't seek adversity. It will come. Change has come to Boss. Boss must come to change. The outsider woman you seek will be the agent of that change.
You better work fast. Her future's looking cloudy.
She will have time.
Yep. Gonna try and bring me in for a fucking gang beating. I'm about to kill, like, one of their many popes.
In time. No harm will come unless you resist.
I ain't gonna be your prisoner.
Welp. I could have done with not getting in a war, but, okay.
My gift is not foresight, but I see your fate is not for us to decide.
I'm a force of nature. The only smart thing to do is stay out of my way.
We cannot stop what must come to pass. The human woman has gone. She has left for Gomakos. Our hope goes with her.
Why stick your neck out for a stranger?
There are no words between the boss and Gormak. Only violence. The outsider woman carries an offer of peace. Commandos stand vigil over Gomakos. Their commander may witness the outsider's passing.
And I'll witness yours.
Blah, blah, blah. Yep. That was your own fucking fault for attacking me, dickhead. I mean, that might come back to bite me later. But you know what? He was asking for it. He went for a fucking gang beating, and he was like, and now she's off to go do some mystic bullshit, and we still believe in her, fuck you. I'm like, well, there was only one way that was going to end then, isn't it? I'm sure it'll be fine. I think it's a running theme that whenever I go on a mission in Voss, I'll probably meet some mystic and probably fucking gank him when I had the chance to just let it go. Okay. Torian, how do you feel about lockboxes? Robot man, dickhead, how do you feel about... Oh god, give me some companion gifts. There we go. Some bedroom hostility. You. Yeah, I'm a master of the marital arts. And kung fuck. Ugh, I'm sad we're gonna end up on a server maintenance soon and then I won't be able to continue.
The Shrine of Healing? So this is where the boss undo all my hard work.
I like this guy. Oh, I think he almost finally qualifies for his gear again. Yeah, he's a level away from qualifying for all of his gear once more. That'll be nice. He'll be able to equip it all. Alright. So, to some outpost somewhere. Oh, God, all the way down there. This fucking travel is going to be the death of me. Let's play the Meatball Parade. "10 minutes. I think it's really sold by a weak trumpet. Not there. Oh, God. I'm traveling like as fast as I can and it still feels like the slowest thing in the world. All things considered, it's like it's not bad ground pace. I think taxis move at 3 times the speed. I think it's 3 times. Like, let's get you to attack me. How fast are you? Yeah. I'm about twice as quick as that creature. Shacklaws. Spiked carapace. Chance when hit in melee to deal low kinetic damage to the attacker. Yeah, I don't know. I think Voss is very, very pretty, and the actual story of the planet is interesting, but I do not find it an interesting place to quest. Yay, more sales.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business.
Yes, they are. I should hope so. Am I getting contacted by anyone that I need to care about for anything? I don't think so. No, I'm not. All is well. Oh, lag spike. Shouldn't tab like that. Oh, okay, just yawn. Let's stretch. Ugh. It's been surprisingly cold today. I'm not gonna lie. We already listened to this quite recently, so let's continue on our way. It's called Joey's Song, and it's got a picture of a cow on it. It's very quiet though. We're almost fucking there. Jesus, what a journey. This is taking a seriously long while. It's a travel-heavy episode. Oh well, at least there are so few ranged people that I don't get knocked off my mount. This is an area quest called Gormak Sabotage. Area quests will just reward you for completing stuff in the zone and then give you experience later. I don't care about it, so we'll untrack it. There's no point deleting it, because every time I return to the area, I'll just reactivate it again. 5 minutes, okay. Also, the Chris Fang there, these are my favourite creatures. One of my mains wanders around with one of these in black and blue as a pet. It's super cool. And glows in the dark. For some reason, I can't remember what their bloody actual creature name is, because a Chris Fang is not... That's not what that is, it's just what they've named those ones. Thanks, buddy. But they're cool, and they're nice, and they glow. Okay. Lockbox. You're doing fine. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's up there. Really? Really? I wanted to get like one more portion of Voss done before it ended. But 5 minutes is not going to be enough time. Ooh, Forbidden Knowledge. What does this do? This probably triggers a super elite son of a bitch or something. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit! Run! Okay. So don't hit that thing. I have no idea what that was meant to be. Jesus Christ. The Haunt of the Nightmare Pilgrim. That's some shit right there. That's some shit. Yes, I know. 3 minutes. Great. Awesome. Okay, so there'll be some commander guy here and you'll be like, yep, they say you can be here. Oh, okay, so there's an elite on either side, so it's very unlikely I'm going to get magically attacked. Oh, she seems nice. Hi, Ali Lee.
Outsider, rest, take shelter, return home. Only Gormak territory lays beyond.
I'm looking for a woman, another outsider. She was headed for Gormak Haas.
She is founded. An outsider woman fell victim to Gormak attack.
The Gormak attacked. She surrendered.
Of course she did. They sent her to kill Dokath Ra.
The Gormak are beasts. They do not plot.
This is true. Her treason will be appropriately rewarded. The woman was taken towards the Gormak beast pens. Her fate is sealed.
It's my job to make sure she's dealt with.
I will point out the place. If she is a traitor, she deserves her death.
Damn right, yeah, she killed that mystic guy who attacked me and died of an unfortunate accident related to falling over. Yeah. At least getting down wasn't too bloody hard. Okay. So, Gormakos is a pain in the arse to get through, because the Gormak here are actually pretty well armed, and they have weapons that quite easily knock you off of your damn ships. So, I'm going to try and go around as many of them as possible. Try being the operative word. I might have to fight a few of them. 1 minute. We have 1 minute to get as far as we can. I want to get to the other side of this fucking place before I get booted. Alright, need to cross over there. Okay, so I guess I'll start saying goodbyes now, so that we're all ready when the time and the end comes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. It's been a joy, as usual. Well, I mean, I'm sure I will see you next time if you're interested in still watching by this point, that's for sure. Otherwise, this has been some more of Nexi Raven doing her damn thing. We're in the King's Canyon. Looks like we made it this far at the very least, and unlocked a little bit more zone. Which I'm happy with. Also, finally, HK's gear is appropriate for his level. Which is nice. Took a bloody long while, that's for sure. Okay. The Chieftain's Domain. And we're gone. That's the server closed and down. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Have a nice day.